during this episode. That would be bad. All right, go ahead.
Might get good ratings for it, though.
Death on podcasts. It's a whole different kind of podcast.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there's been one like that before. Okay. Hello, and welcome to episode 6 of Geek-lish, the language of geek culture. I am your host, Tim Aguiar, and joining me is Patient Zero, Heidi Burbo.
That's so appropriate. Oh, hello everybody. Welcome to the podcast. I am clearly sick, so Tim is unfortunately going to have to marinate my sickness while we do this podcast.
The zombie apocalypse will start after today.
In this basement in Massachusetts.
Who'd have thought? Stephen King, that's who.
I know it. Excuse me. All right, everybody. And to find out more information about the Geek-lish podcast or to listen to our episodes, you can find us at www.geek-lish.com. We're on Facebook at geek-lish and Twitter at geek_lish. You can also find our episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, and iTunes. You just search Geek-lish, geek-lish, and download for listening offline. Also, we have a new page on our website called The Extras, and it's outtakes from our episodes. And we also have some news about swag.
Yes, we've been talking to people. And,
We've been talking to people.
And
we've been designing some swag.
we have
goofy.
We have some preliminary designs that we can't wait to share with everybody.
Yep. And when we get the website up and everything, we will let you guys know. We'll put it all over social media and our website so you can order if you would like. All right. What's in the news, Tim?
Well, first, I want to give a shout out to my little boy, Oliver.
Ollie!
He wanted me to mention his name on this.
He's going to be stoked.
He's going to be so happy. I love you, buddy. Now, go to bed, because Daddy is going to rip into some people.
It's going to be bad language.
It's going to be a lot of bad language, okay? All right. First story is this article that I kind of came across on waypoint.vice.com. It's titled, I Wish Resident Evil 2 Let Me Be a More Compassionate Hero by Danielle Renew. I think that's how you pronounce that name.
I'm already annoyed.
You're already annoyed?
Yeah, I'm already annoyed.
Renew. Go to hell.
No. Just the whole, I wish, an apocalyptic game, I could be more compassionate.
Yeah.
Because that really works out for people in that kind of situation.
Yeah, this is her review. I highlighted some key points that I thought were specifically stupid.
All right, let's get into this podcast.
Yeah. Well, I mean, she starts off by saying that she's played, this was like her first time playing Resident Evil 2 since she was 14 years old.
Okay.
And playing it at her friend's house for a few minutes. So she's like, I played for a few minutes, so I know who the characters are in this setting. No, you don't. You played for a few minutes. You don't know anything about the game. What is... it's like me saying I saw the first 20 minutes of The Lord of the Rings and I know all about it. No, I don't. It's impossible to.
I could go on a fellowship. I know enough.
Yeah, but I mean...
In the first 20 minutes, give me a break. You don't even know what's going on.
That's what I mean. Like, you don't know anything.
Oh, my God.
Knock it off. But she goes on. One of the things she says is, but one thing that's sticking out to me, still early on in the police station, is how perfectly the game uses scarcity and this fantasy of competence to make me feel a certain way, how much permission it gives me to be a total solipsistic asshole. The lone survivor type. Okay, there are a couple of the survivors, but I need not interact with them in terribly complex ways or deal with them with the politics of survival. How the fantasy here presents an uncomfortable tension between the ways I want to roleplay in this world versus the ways the game requires me to play to make it through the night. She's complimenting the game, but already give me a break. I have to play this like an asshole. No, you're playing this like somebody who's trying to survive.
Yeah.
The night.
Oh, jeez.
You're surrounded by zombies. That's...
Do you think they care about kindness?
Yeah,
no.
you're realistically you do meet a couple of survivors, but they're one of the main characters you meet. She mentions it is one of the police officers, and he's severely wounded. So it's like this guy's dying in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go do a mission. I'm gonna come back. He's gonna be dead. He's gonna try to attack me. I know how this game works.
Right.
So the game does a really good job of making you feel bad for this character. because it's like, he's hurting, he's trying to help you out, and he's being strong with it. And I think a lot of the facial animations do a really good job of making you feel his real pain. So it's like, all right, but I still need to survive.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to, not die in this world. It's just, yeah. At first, I oddly felt a little weird taking things. The station was designated as a shelter during the zombie outbreak, which they mention early on. You find little notes and stuff. And early on, protagonists Claire and Leon hear a radio message instructing all citizens to head for the police station. Now, you'll also find out later in the game that there are notes and stuff that tell you that people, like survivors, have started to attack each other because now they're zombies. Like, you get context clues of what's been happening.
Right. So,
yeah, this is a safe haven, but there are still, like, bullets just lying around. It's like, oh, I'm just going to leave that for the next guy. What are you, fucking idiot? Even if this was like a realistic like zombie situation, I would kill you if you left anything behind, because you were like, but what if somebody is behind us? Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
I am trying to survive in this world.
Yeah.
Stop bringing other people into this. And I think this is the part that really annoyed me the most, is she says, because after they mentioned the police station is a safe haven, she says, that notion is wild. The police station as fortress/safe haven is laughably naive, in parentheses, particularly for people of color. Why are you bringing up
oh my god
shit like that?
Stop it.
A zombie survival game.
What the hell?
There is literally, that has nothing to do with anything.
Do you
in this entire game.
Walking Dead, when they were on the roof with Daryl's douchebag brother?
Yeah.
And he was being really racial.
Yeah.
And yeah. And Rick said, "There's no black, there's no white, there's light meat and dark meat.
Yeah,
that's it."
We're all
that's
food.
Thing. Like, what is she thinking?
Yeah,
that there's people are still going to be racist during apocalypse like this. They have bigger fish to fry.
Yeah,
like surviving.
Yeah. And the funny thing is too is that the like police officer that you meet early on is a black guy.
Oh God,
he's a black cop, and he's like, he saves your life.
That's the dumbest. Okay, now I'm completely disgusted with her.
Yeah, it was such a shitty comment to make.
Yeah,
and it was like, I want to be a more compassionate hero, but you're bringing up shit like this that doesn't even matter. Like, even if it did matter in the 90s, like, because this game takes place in the 90s, because of whatnot. But yeah, she's like, she talks about the police station and how it's like this. Oh, it's only a safe haven for white people. Like, what a fucking idiot.
Jeez.
So
this is not like if the apocalypse wasn't going on and it was just like a game kind of like Grand Theft Auto, I would say, okay, you're probably right, because that's the general environment of our country, at least right now.
Right.
Is that it's not safe for black people. It's just not. White people out there can act like that's not true, but they're just stupid and blind. But at the end of the day, this is in a game where a zombie apocalypse is happening, and the last thing people are caring about is what color you are.
Yeah.
Like, do you have skills? Do you have weapons? You're my friend.
Yeah. And it's so stupid. Yeah. And she goes, I still feel a little bad looting the place, at least at first, since this is a staging area for what we in EMS call a mass casual incident. So, of course, I went in thinking like an EMT looking for survivors to help, like the nice dude who saves me from a fault door, Marvin, who is black officer who saves you, who is clearly suffering from some kind of awful wound. It's clearly a zombie bite.
Yeah.
You can tell it's clearly a zombie bite. And it's like, I want to help him. Claire wants to help him too, exclaiming that we need to get him to the hospital, but he refuses. And the game doesn't give me any tools for mending wounds or even putting gauze or bandages on something. Like, why? It's not that kind of game.
You're not supposed to. So this person, here's the problem. When you are playing these types of games, and she's clearly an EMT, or
used to be, at least.
Or it used to be. Or even like a doctor or police officer. You can't put yourself in that mindset in this world we live in. You have to understand that this is a whole different situation. There's no compassion in the world with zombies. And everybody out there is going to be dog eat dog. Yeah. I mean, is this woman not seeing The Walking Dead and every other zombie movie out there?
Well,
it's not like people are going around going, hey, I left some stuff back there for you because I didn't know if you were coming along or not.
No, she played Resident Evil 2 back in the 90s when she was 14 years old for a few minutes. So she clearly has a grasp of what this game is all about. She said so in the beginning of the article. She clearly, she clearly knows. But, she's like, so I have permission to loot and run. There's no one else here, really. It's a world all for me, and I'm allowed to do anything I goddamn well please. To treat it all like my own shitty playground. No, I need to treat it this way if I want to progress, and I'm morally allowed to because I'm not hurting anyone else. Because scarcity doesn't affect anyone else in this world. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Okay.
Because she's putting far too much thought
Yeah.
into a fairly basic game.
Yeah, and you know what I have more of a problem with, other than her writing this stupid article?
Yeah.
Is whoever posted it.
Right.
What idiot looked at it and thought, this is going to be a good... Though, if they didn't, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, so I'm glad her editor was like, this is gold. This is something we really want to...
People aren't going to hate you at all.
Yeah, she just keeps going on about like how things the game is allowing me to be selfish and I have to be selfish, and it's like you're not being selfish, you're surviving.
Yeah.
It's like you're I don't know. It annoys me so much that this
she missed the point.
Yeah, completely missed the entire point of what Resident Evil 2 or any survival horror game is really meant to do. Mm-hmm. You are by yourself in this world where there are monsters literally coming to get you, and you need to survive. And that's it. If you meet a survivor on the way, that's one thing. And there, during the game, you do meet a couple of people on the way for the narrative.
Right.
But it's not. There are other games out there that allow you to kind of free roam into a bigger world, where you can meet survivors and bring them into your group and form a community with them. There are those games out there. Play those.
Yeah.
If you want to be compassionate, that's the game to play, because that one you can, scavenge things and bring them back to your group and share them amongst your, the other characters in your camp. Play that game. This game, you are a lone survivor. That is the point. It's the horror of it. Is being alone. That's what makes this game scary, because you're alone.
Yeah.
And you have to, I hate to have to use one of her words, but you have to be selfish and, just scavenge for things like, oh, that's a med kit. I'm going to take that for me. Those are bullets. I need those for my gun, because I'm the one who's having to shoot and survive fucking zombies.
And also, to survive in any situation, you have to be selfish. If you're going to survive, you have to be selfish.
Yeah.
That's just hand in hand. Oh, she's
yeah.
a snowflake. Such a just...
Yeah, she goes on and really just... There are moments where she talks about how the character design is well made and certain parts are good, but it doesn't really read like a review. It just reads like an article of like, oh, I wish this game could make me be a better person and make me. I wish this game didn't make me play it in such a way. It's like, well, don't play the fucking game. Yeah. That's very simple.
Isn't it good enough that you're a good person in real world?
Yeah. Do you have to be like? All right, she even says that like in real life she carries a little kind of medical bag with her with like whatever stuff inside of it, and in case there's an incident where there was an incident where somebody was hurt and she was able to put gauze on them and help them out. So it's like, all right, that's great. You do that in your real life. Wouldn't you want to escape that and practice some selfishness in the
Let
virtual
that little
world?
monster out?
Yeah, it's like, this is an escape. Use it as such.
Yeah, and it's a
fucking video game about zombies. Like, oh my god, she like just didn't get it, and I'm just like,
yeah, she really missed the point of that
like
video game.
Right over her head. The plane, or in this case, the point. Way over. Tattoo, I know. She doesn't get it. Yeah.
I apologize for the coughing, guys, you hear in the background.
Now you get the joke of patient zero.
Yeah. I'm sick and I'm trying to muster through the podcast.
Yeah. What people at home don't realize is she's doing it right in my face.
This is what friendship is, Tim. True
Just
friends.
In my eyes, it's terrible. No, I'm joking. But yes, on to the next story, which is the Academy Awards, or the Oscars for most people.
who did not know they were the same thing.
Spoiler alert, I didn't know.
I did not know. I don't watch these shows, so I have no idea.
Yeah, they get a little long-winded sometimes.
Yeah.
And but there's a big deal this year because they're planning on kind of handing out 4 specific awards during commercial breaks, which is just kind of absurd. It's especially during a day where it's an award ceremony for movies. Mm-hmm. Why would you hand any award out during commercials where nobody can see them?
I thought they did do that, though. For stuff like choreography or, scouting a location. I can't remember what that's called.
I don't think that's award worthy.
No, it is. Because
it?
the guy from Lord of the Rings won it.
Oh, that's right.
When he scouted out the different locations, he won it, I'm pretty sure. And I thought, I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah,
that they gave awards for.
From what I read, this is the first time that they're actually doing this. That they're actually going to be kind of cutting it.
Yeah, because I think the other ones they just give them off screen.
They might just do that.
And I think during the show sometimes they say, "Oh, we gave this award to this person and this award to this person." It's like a little blip, if I remember.
Yeah, which is still kind of shitty.
Because I read something about somebody complaining about all these different, things that bring a movie to life.
Yeah.
That really, like special effects and all these different departments that really make up the movie. And they get all these off-camera awards. And it was kind of annoying. But it sounds like now they're not even doing it off-camera. They're just going to wait till commercial.
You're just going to wait till the commercial to do it. Because, well, I guess this year, so it's 4 specific categories. Cinematography, film editing, live action short, and makeup and hairstyle, which they had all during the show last year.
Oh, wow.
Oop, Dragon Bait. Hit my Dragon Bait. But the Academy president, John Bailey, laid out the plan for this year's show, saying, we're still honoring the achievements of all 24 awards on the Oscars. The winners' speeches will air later in the broadcast.
Are they,
which
though?
is like, if you're going to air them talking and thank you for the speech and here's my speech, why wouldn't you do the whole thing? Wouldn't you go, here are the nominees, this is the guy who won, this is his speech, cool, all done, band's playing, get off, please don't thank the devil.
Yeah. Christian Bale. But why? What was their thinking about doing it this way?
Time. They're trying to save time.
Okay.
That's literally it. Because last year it ran like 3 hours and 53 minutes.
Jeez Louise.
So they had a lot of pressure from the the station, the TV station, to cut it short.
Oh, okay.
That they were under a lot of pressure for time during the broadcast.
Okay, well, I guess that makes sense.
Because last year it was almost 4 hours.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but you could also do less commercials.
Yeah.
Because
and maybe take out some entertainment.
Yeah, because this year they're still doing the entertainment part of it.
Yeah.
Where it says it later on. I'll get to them later on, but they mentioned that they're still going to be doing that, like the musical kind of cuts, which is like, why are you doing that?
Yeah.
Like, they're already being nominated. You already play a snippet of the song during the nomination.
Right.
Why do we have to have 4 to 5, 8 minute fucking time to watch the number?
This is why I don't watch these shows.
Yeah. When in reality, you could be kind of honoring the people who have worked behind the scenes for these movies the proper way.
Right.
In front of everybody. But it was, additionally, Bailey explained, with the help of our partners at ABC, we also will stream these 4 award presentations online for our global fans to enjoy live along with our audience. Fans will be able to watch on Oscar.com and on the Academy's social channels. The live stream is a first for our show and will help further awareness and promotion of these award categories. So, on the surface, that sounds like, well, we're still going to honor them, and just because we're not showing them on live TV, you can go to Oscars.com or our social media and watch it there. But kind of looking deeper than that, it seems a little bit more nefarious than it should be, because it's sounds like what they're saying is, this is the first time that we've done this on the internet. So go, it really seems like they're trying to promote those websites and their social media and get traffic there because they know TV is dying. Everybody's watching Netflix and Hulu.
Yep.
This is my opinion, but it just seems like they're really just kind of trying to push it to where, like, oh, if you're upset that we're not gonna have them on TV because of the commercial breaks, well, you can just watch it on our website. Oh, so you can get traffic at your website and get ad revenue to your website, therefore making you more money. I see.
Yeah.
Like, that just seems a little kind of underhanded and just not kosher.
I don't know. I don't care about these awards shows. It, to me, like, honestly, they're starting to get a little bit better because you're starting to see a lot more people of color, more diversity, a lot more women are getting nominated and doing things. So that's really nice. But for years, it's just been like white guys.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just not interesting. There's more interesting stories to be told out there just from white guys. And now those stories are starting to be told, so maybe I'll watch, but I'm not going to watch for 4 hours.
Yeah.
Even the stuff they're deeming important enough to be in the show.
Right.
I don't want to see all that. Right. And I'm kind of annoyed at the whole Kevin Hart thing, so I don't know if I'd watch anyways.
Yeah. But the whole thing that annoys me is that, these, like, cinematography and, hair and makeup, all 4 of these categories are important to movies. Mm-hmm. So to not, on a day where you're honoring movies and film and, cinema, why wouldn't you give, due praise to everybody?
Yeah.
Because it's the behind the scenes things that, I myself care more about. Like, yeah, the actors get paid more, and they're, but they're, they're playing pretend.
Yeah.
That's all they're doing. And it's, if you're someone like me that watches hundreds of hours of behind the scenes footage, you see the actual work is behind the scenes, is in the costume design and the makeup
and the editing
and the cinematography and the photography and finding these, scouting out these locations to make sure that the scene makes sense in that specific area. Music, casting, even all of those matter to the overall creation of these movies that we all love and enjoy watching. Like, yeah, the actor or actress does a great job of, bringing you into the scene, but so does the props. So does the environment that you're in.
Yeah, because you could have the actor or actress standing in a blank room in their regular clothes doing the scene, and it wouldn't have the impact it would if they were fully garbed out in a location for the story.
Right.
You wouldn't get the impact of it.
Yeah, you wouldn't get drawn into the scene or the story as deeply as one would.
Yeah, just like the Resident Evil movies.
Right.
If she was just standing in a room and looking at these green balls as zombies, they wouldn't have the impact as they do with her decked out in a ramshackle. Wow. I hope I took Dayquil and not NyQuil. This is going to be an interesting podcast. And looking at these monsters that are put on the screen by special effects. So it all has to work together. I think I would hope most actors would have an appreciation for everything that goes on behind the screen or behind the scenes. But I don't know if they do completely.
Well, some do, because some have actually come to the defense of these categories.
Oh, good.
Saying that, like, this is kind of bullshit. But they said also that the show will include performances of all 5 nominated songs, as well as a performance by conductor Gustavo Dudamel and the Los Angeles Philharmonic during the In Memoriam segment. Now, don't cut the In Memoriam segment, because that's an important segment.
We all want to see that.
I don't need to watch the 5 nominated songs being performed.
No.
I don't need to see it.
We probably heard them a million times on the radio.
Yeah. Yeah, if it's a song like that, or if it's, whatever. But you don't need that. Those are 5 songs you don't need to have being performed, and plenty of time to honor the nominees properly, in my opinion. But, La La Land producer Jordan Horowitz tweeted, a thumbs down emoji. Alec Baldwin tweeted, to hand out these awards in such a flagrantly dismissive manner is unconscionable. Cinematography? An afterthought? The Academy keeps sinking lower and lower with these ideas. And
Ooh.
Alec Baldwin.
I know, but he does Trump, so
No, I'm just saying,
he does him so good. Well, my point is, he doesn't hold back. He just goes.
That's what I mean. Like, this is Alec Baldwin.
Right.
This is like one of the top tier actor. He's Seth Rogen tweeted sarcastically, "Oh, what a better way to celebrate achievements in film than to not publicly honor the people whose job it is to literally film things." Talking about cinematography. It's like, yeah, that's way to admit the point.
That's the point, yeah.
I know that, dude. Nobody's getting it. Guillermo del Toro is wow. Guillermo del Toro.
I swear, I thought you said Game of Thrones.
Game of Thrones was very upset. Guillermo del Toro, who is an amazing director. I love him. He was one of my favorite directors. Did The Shape of Water, the Hellboy movies. He's done some really good stuff. I love his film. He's upset about this as well. And he's saying, if I may, which, what a polite guy already.
I know, right?
Like, you're tweeting something, if I may. It's your personal Twitter. You may.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the ask.
It's very gentlemanly.
I know, that's what I mean, right? That's why I think that's why I love him so much. He's very quirky, and I don't know. But if I may, I would not presume to suggest that categories to cut during the Oscars but cinematography and editing are at the very heart of our craft.
Yeah.
They are not inherited from a theatrical tradition or a literary tradition. They are cinema itself.
Yeah. Editing is so big.
Right.
Like that if the editing isn't good, it can change a scene completely.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so huge for them to just throw it on the back burner like that.
I've seen like documentaries of like film stuff, and they were showing the an editor and doing his work, and the minute details he has to pay attention to make sure that this scene kind of blends well with the next scene that's all stuff that we take for granted, because it's like, here's a horse riding from left to right. When we get to the next cut, yep, that horse is there, standing next to those other two horses they were in the last scene.
Right.
But, during that scene, that horse might have switched or flopped, or ran around another horse, or now the pattern is off. So when they cut to the next scene, now that horse is out of place and it doesn't look right.
Yeah.
But because of this guy's editing, he made it look fluid and right. And it was just like, that's a craft. That's an art form.
I will tell you, on such a smaller scale, editing the podcast and making sure everything flows together.
Yeah.
Cutting stuff out, make sure everything sounds right, putting ends in the beginning together, make sure everything flows right. Literally takes me all day to do, or a good part of the day. And you have to re-listen to things, make sure things flow right. And that's just a voice. To pay attention to everything on the screen, from a bird flying, and then it has to be flying in the same scene on the next clip, or it's going to look weird.
Yeah, in the same direction.
Yeah, I mean, they have to pay attention to such minute details.
Yeah.
So I have a much more deeper appreciation for editors of film. Like I said, don't hate. This is on a much smaller scale doing and editing the podcast, but I understand part of where their direction is, and that's tough. You have to love doing it, because it is a huge job. So for them to just cut it out and want to throw it, like Alec Baldwin said, it's ridiculous.
And a lot of people have kind of come to the aid of these categories. Alfonso Cuarón, Christopher Nolan, Michael Mann, Alejandro G. Inarritu, Guillermo del Toro, as well as George Clooney, Brad Pitt, Robert De Niro, Elizabeth Banks, Peter Dinklage, and Kerry Washington are just to name a few that have kind of signed a letter that calls the Academy's decision nothing less than an insult to those of us who have devoted our lives and passions to our chosen profession. The vocal response from our peers and the immediate backlash from industry leaders over the Academy's decision makes it clear that it's not too late to have this decision reversed.
Well, let's hope.
But from what it looks like, they're not even thinking about it.
Well, yeah, we know how that is with management,
which is kind of sad. But I mean, it's nice to see actors kind of come to the aid of these people behind the scene, because these actors kind of get it. They understand it, that these people make us look good.
Yeah, they're the backbone of the movie.
Right, and it's just kind of a shame.
Shame on you, Academy Awards / Oscars.
Be better. Be like the Oscars, Academy
Yeah.
Awards.
Be
They do
like the
stuff.
Oscars.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Be like the Emmys. They're so fun.
I know, right? They really are.
Or the SAG Awards. They're also great.
All right.
Actors Guild. Okay. Next story is I know we keep talking about these guys.
It's an old friend.
Old friend. And no, not Netflix or Satan, but I guess kind of like Satan. EA. EA is really at it again. Their stocks have dropped again down to $80.21 from a few days ago to now they're back up to $106, but they dropped.
Yeah.
They went down again, and this is due to a quote unquote poor sales of Battlefield 5. Which was
okay, maybe it's because they sold it as historically accurate.
yeah, but here's the problem. They sold 7.3 million copies. Okay.
Okay.
All right. It was 1 million short of what executives were expecting. So Battlefield 5 was a failure because they were a million copies short of what they expected.
Are you bleeping kidding me?
You can.
Those
We've been
greedy
swearing already.
bastards. Fucking kidding me.
Thank you. Don't leave me out here.
I know, I'm gonna make him look like the bad guy. So they sold 7 million, and that amount of greed wasn't enough.
No, yeah, they were 1 million short, so they had poor sales. So so their stocks dropped.
I guarantee their senior management and CEO still got bonuses.
Oh, probably. But Activision stock has also dropped. Theirs, oh boy, the last few days, $40. And if you think that it might be too late to jump into the bandwagon, $40 a share now, as of today, $44.60. So they're still severely low, and this is due to only making $500 million for Black Ops 4. They didn't make enough. They made $500 million.
Wait a minute, let me wrap my head around this.
Yeah.
They made $500 million, and that's not enough.
No, it wasn't enough.
Fuck you, Activision. Fuck you and the horse you rode on it. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it wasn't enough. Supposedly, it wasn't enough. Yeah, and here's the kicker. Activision recently laid off hundreds of employees.
Wasn't it like 800 or something like that?
It was around that. It was a lot. Stating this was what they said. This was part of a restructuring aimed at centralizing functions and boosting profit.
Oh God, I know what that means.
What does it mean? Can you tell me?
Anytime a company uses buzzwords like restructuring and hold on,
yeah,
and
they use
different
3
things like that.
back to back.
Yeah, what they're doing is they're just trying to condense. They're taking out people they're taking out what they're considering deadwood.
Right.
That's either not making enough. It's probably not taking away, but it's probably not making enough, so they can focus on their big money makers.
Perhaps, that makes sense. But their newly hired CFO, the chief financial officer, he's getting $15 million for just taking the job. In January 2019, despite huge layoffs. Dennis Durkin, CFO, got a bonus of $15 million, which is $11.3 million of stock, $3.75 in funds.
He's a monster.
In addition to a $900,000 salary and a $1.35 million target bonus.
And he should be ashamed of himself.
Yeah.
Him and his whole family are probably just nasty, gross, little... They do this.
What are those? What was that? The Skeksis?
Yeah, I know. Because
Dark Crystal, yeah.
Yeah, because who freaking has that many people laid off and is okay with taking that kind of money?
This guy.
You have to be a monster.
Dennis Durkin.
Oh, I could think of so many things to make fun of him.
Yeah, and here's the thing.
Ugh.
Nintendo.
Dennis Durkin, you're a jerk.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Here's the thing, though. Nintendo boss Satoru Iwata, he cut his own pay in half after poor fiscal results from the Wii U. He cut his own salary in half because they had a bad fiscal year.
That's what you do.
He took fucking responsibility
Yep.
for his company, and he said, you know what? We didn't do well enough. I don't deserve to get the money I got. Cut my salary in half. But this asshole is taking $15 million fucking dollars while 800 people no longer have work. What a piece of shit.
And it cannot be that easy to find a job in that kind of industry. It's a very niche industry.
Yeah, it is. It's because, I mean, especially now where these studios are like, EA and Activision, those are like two big names. They're losing money.
They're not going to be hiring.
They're not going to be hiring, which is kind of a bummer. But here's the other thing. Activision and EA were making billions from quote-unquote games as a service, which...
What does that mean?
Games as a service? Well, that means loot boxes.
Oh,
making
Jesus.
extra money from a game that they've already sold. Games as a service. So, loot boxes, microtransactions, shit like that. Nefarious shit like that. TM. EA grew from $4 billion to $33 billion from games as a service. And Activision grew from $10 billion to $60 billion as a company. Activision Blizzard made $7.7 billion in 2017 from in-game purchases. Billion. 7.7 billion. And they're still laying off people. It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting.
I'm going to quote Kaylin from Ellen. Jesus, take the wheel.
Yeah. It's disgusting. Yeah. And it's funny, too, because here's the problem. Take-Two and EA, they blame games like Fortnite and PUBG and saying that they are eating into sales of their games.
Aren't those free games?
They're free to play.
That's because, okay, well, first of all...
But they also have their own little microtransactions in them.
Right.
But you can download them for free and play them right now, and you don't have to put a dime in because it's all cosmetic.
Right, so what that tells me is they're saying free games are cutting into people playing their other games because their other games cost too much initially and then cost more when you're in there.
Yeah.
So people don't want to pay for that. That's a greed thing. Oh my God,
Yeah.
these companies.
Yeah, people don't want to pay. We've countless times on this podcast. I feel it's a topic that we constantly mention. But these companies use these microtransactions as a way to try to make money on top of this game that they've already sold.
Yeah.
Like years ago, you would buy a game for a set price and you got all of it. Now it's whatever. And for speaking of EA and Anthem just came out, I think the 15th. If you were a specific member of whatever, so you could play for 500 hours or whatever. I think 10 hours. It was 10 hours. You can play for 10 hours early.
Yeah, it was 10
whatever
hours.
Stupid shit. But so I saw that it was out. So I figured I would look into the store to see what their in-game store looked like. Because remember when they had that image that was leaked where this specific suit, not emote, the suit itself was $20.
Right.
It was basically 20,000 shards, which is equivalent to about $20. So I looked in, and they did lower the prices of things. That specific suit itself is now 850 shards, which is $8.50.
Jeez.
It's still a lot.
Yeah.
It's still a stupid. And I mean, it's an orange suit. That's all it is. It's fucking orange. Nothing's special about it. It's orange. You're paying $8 for a color, really.
Yeah.
But the thing is that the pricing for the shard packs is really what kind of grinds the gears a bit. A pack of 500 shards, 500 shards is $5. Pack of 1,050 shards is $10. Pack of 2,200 shards is $20, and a pack of 4,600 shards is $40. Now you get these, and you can't buy individual like, oh, I just want to buy so many.
Right.
Buy so many. You can't. But So say you pay the $10, you get the pack that's $10.50. You spend the $8.50 on the skin, so now you're left with 200 shards.
Right.
There is nothing on the store that is less than 300 shards. Yeah.
Oh.
So nefarious.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think these kinds of things are accidental.
no, there's no way. Because now, oh man, I want to buy that thing for 300 shards, but I only have 200. Let me buy the 500 shard pack for $5 and get it. But now you still have 200 shards in your pocket that you cannot do anything with. So it almost incentivizes you to buy more shards.
Right.
In order to get that thing that's just a little out of reach. Mm-hmm. Now, the thing people are going to argue is that, well, everything is also worth in-game coin currency that you get for missions. Now, I was looking at a YouTuber, and, you start the game, you get 40,000 coins for starting the game. Now, the skin itself was 60,000 coins, so you're 20,000 short.
Okay.
Okay. But it's like, okay, I'm starting a game with 40,000 coins. What's the rate going to be like of me getting these coins per mission ratio kind of thing going to be? And he says after, I don't know how many hours he played, but he reached level 5. He got his character to level 5, which God knows how many hours it's going to take. He earned 2,200 coins from getting to level 5. So,
oh no,
yeah. So the drop rate of coins,
not good,
is garbage.
Yeah,
it's pure garbage. It's all right. They lowered the price of things. They're not as bad as they were when we first saw them. But hindsight, they're still shitty.
They're still out of
reach.
Yeah, unless you want to put real money in.
Yeah, because all right, it's only 60,000 coins. You start off with 40,000 coins. You're thinking to yourself, 20,000, not that far off, easy enough to do, but it's not. It's a grind.
Ridiculous.
It's an unnecessary grind that's going to take you too long.
Forever.
You're never going to
give up and pay for it.
Yeah, that's what they're counting on, and that's the kind of shitty thing that these. And I'm kind of glad they're losing money, but I'm not, because the guys who make the games are getting punished, because clearly CFOs are getting $15 million bonuses.
This is ridiculous.
It sucks.
That is just gross. Just gross.
Yeah, it sucks.
So that's all the news, right?
That's all the news I have.
But you have something for Opinion Corner.
I have Opinion Corner. Yes,
I know.
come sit with me by the fire.
That.
What did you say?
I just thought of that.
Oh,
I think.
I don't know. But
Did we think of that before, and I just brought it up? I don't know. I'm medicated.
You are very well medicated. But so this year, there's a lot of, this is a good year for movies. A lot of big movies coming out. Spider-Man, The Avengers.
Oh my God, can't wait for that.
So many good things. And
a Tolkien movie, people. A Tolkien movie's coming out.
Oh my God, that's right. Tolkien, the story about J.R.R. Tolkien.
I'm so excited.
Comes out in March 3rd.
I know.
It's not far away.
No.
And this was it flew so far under the radar.
We have to go see it.
Definitely gonna see that. But anyway, with a lot of movies coming out this year, it's kind of inevitable that a lot of remakes get made, and a lot of adaptations get made. And the same argument you hear every single time. This doesn't need to be made. Nobody asked for this. This is gonna ruin my childhood. What's gonna happen to the older movies? It really is just such asinine.
I just want to smack people like that. I want to throat punch them and smack them. Sorry. I don't usually condone violence except mentally in my head, especially when people come in the office and ask me stupid questions. But stuff like that, nothing's going to ruin your childhood. If your childhood is that fragile, you got bigger problems, okay, than a remake. And I'm sorry, nobody asked for any movie to be made. Nobody asked for the Lord of the Rings to be made, but thank the gods they were, or Harry Potter, thank the gods they were. We don't know what we want till it comes out. So people need to just chill out. God, they're so sensitive about stuff.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And so, with that kind of, I heard it every time. So I looked it up this year, how many movies were going to be.
This was shocking. This was shocking to me.
Remake adaptation. And there was 1, 2,
You said 13.
I said 13?
Yeah.
13 movies coming out this year.
That
are remakes or adaptations.
See, I wonder how it is every year, because I know every year I've seen one here and there that is a remake, or maybe I didn't even know it was, because
Right.
one of the ones you mentioned I didn't know was a remake. But this seems like a lot.
Yeah, it really does. Now, so one of the movies, the first one that come out this year was The Upside with Bryan Cranston and Kevin Hart.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, that's a remake.
Yeah, I was so surprised by that.
Yeah, I was just as surprised. I was like, that's a remake? But yeah, it was a remake from a French film called The Intouchables, and it's the third remake following Indian and Argentinian adaptations.
That is
So this is the third
crazy.
remake.
Yeah.
Nobody asked for this.
No.
This is ruining my childhood.
Oh my God, it's probably fantastic. I want to see it.
What's going to happen to that French film that was made, The Intouchables?
I know it's going to disintegrate, Tim.
Will it disappear?
Nobody will ever see it again.
Did it go away when
Nobody
Thanos...
will enjoy it. It can't happen.
Did it go away when Thanos snapped his finger?
Yeah. And everybody disappeared, like 50%. Yeah.
50% of all the movies disappeared too?
So this is the Thanos, oh God, this is making me sad.
I feel cold, Heidi. I hurt.
I don't want to leave.
Yeah. Oh, that was terrible. But yeah. So, and a few other ones are obvious remakes. What Men Want, which was which is an obvious remake. It's it's a African American remake of What Women Want, which was the Mel Gibson movie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I didn't put that together.
Oh yeah, I spotted her. I was like, oh, this is pretty much What Men Want.
Yeah, but you're a movie guy.
What Women Want. That's
I don't really
straight.
watch that that many movies.
Dumbo, which obviously.
Oh yeah, yep.
Pet Cemetery.
Okay,
Obvious
yep.
remake. Hellboy.
Yep.
Clearly. I don't see it as a remake though. I see that as like kind
Is
of.
it a prequel or is it another?
It's another. It's. This kind of goes under
I'm really
adaptation.
sad it's not the same actor.
It's not.
No.
No, yeah.
I'm
it's
really
not.
sad it's not the same actor.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed about it, but I kind of like the way it looks. So a lot of people kind of complain that it looks too goofy or too comedic.
And ironically, it has the lady from the Resident Evil movies in it.
That's right.
Yeah.
She's in it. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, Mila Jovovich. She's in it. The Hustle, which was a trailer I saw recently starring Anne Hathaway and Rebel Wilson.
Oh, that looks hilarious.
Which, funny enough, I'm watching the trailer and going, well, this looks a lot like Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, like the way it's kind of set up. And I looked it up. It's a remake of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was like, oh, that's fucking funny. I was kind of proud of myself for being like, because of how much of a movie nerd I am. I was like, it's kind of the same movie beats, and that's who that character is. And I was like, oh, yeah, I am right. Yeah, the original with Steve Martin and Michael Caine. Michael Caine. I love
that's going to be great. I love Rebel Wilson. She's hilarious.
I love Rebel Wilson. I love Anne Hathaway. Too. Anne Hathaway is she'll be playing the Michael Caine character. She'll be the straight man to Rebel Wilson / Steve Martin's comedic, and it looks pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
But here's nobody asked for this. Ruining my childhood. The original, the original is a masterpiece. Don't touch it. Another all woman cast. Who gives a shit?
Here's the thing I have to say to those people: if you have siblings, it's because your parents didn't think they did it right the first time. All right, so they had to do a remake.
Had to do remake / adaptation.
Yeah, so screw you.
Idiot. Couple more obvious ones. Aladdin.
Oh, yeah, yep.
They're doing another Grudge movie.
Ew, I don't watch those.
Ju-on, which is the Japanese name.
You would know that because you've been there. I don't know.
Of course I do, because I'm also a fan of movies. But this is like the second remake, because they remade it. They did an American remake in like 2006 or something like that. And so that's happening. They're remaking Child's Play.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Chucky?
Oh, yeah.
They're doing that one. The Lion King.
Yep.
I didn't know this one was coming. The Addams Family. It'll be It'll be an animated one. An animated movie.
Animated, like how animated? Anime?
Animated like computer animated. Like Shrek or Hotel Transylvania.
Okay.
Something along the lines. I saw like
I'll probably see that.
Yeah, I saw an image of like the family sitting around, and it had that kind of Hotel Transylvania kind of style to it. So
when's that coming out? October?
I don't know. I didn't see when, but I'm guessing.
Unprepared.
I'm gonna guess Halloween time.
Yep.
It's the Addams Family, of course.
I know, right?
It'd be weird if it was like 4th of July weekend.
I know. This is weird.
You guys, that's weird. What are you doing?
This is weird timing.
That's weird timing. Charlie's Angels, which I'm fine with because whatever.
Yeah.
It's the cast I'm worried about.
Okay.
So it stars, Naomi Scott, Ella Balinska, which are names I do not recognize.
Okay.
Also starring Kristen Stewart, which is a name I despise. She's not a good actress. I don't like her at all as an actress, and she will be one of the angels, one of Charlie's Angels. So that's another remake that's probably going to flop.
Oh.
Yeah.
She's from the Twilight movies.
Oh, yeah. I could have told you that.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't like her at all. She's terrible.
She's the same actress. I mean, like, the same character. She's kind of like, oh, God, what's his name? The guy who plays the flaming motorcycle guy.
Oh, Nick Cage?
He's the same in every movie. I mean, I like him, but he's the same. She's the same in every movie, too.
I'm not a fan of hers.
And I don't see her as a Charlie's Angel type. Like, they're going to really go off the rails with this one.
Yeah. Patrick Stewart is also apparently in this movie.
What?
Yeah. I don't know who he's going to be. He might be the voice of Charlie.
Oh, yeah.
That guy's voice, that's a Charlie voice. That's Charlie all day.
Who's the other people?
Naomi Scott, Naomi Scott, Scott.
Naomi Scott, okay.
And Ella, Ella Balinska, Bal.
In the Power Rangers.
Who? Balinska.
Naomi Scott.
Oh, Naomi Scott. Okay.
And then the other one's Ella Balinska.
Balinska, Balinska. Balinska. She's obviously Russian. Balinska.
Yeah, it says she's one of the leads in lead angels in 2019 reboot.
Yeah, which is this one. But and then the last one is Call of the Wild, starring Harrison Ford. Where I guess I didn't know anything about this one. This was a remake, obviously, as well. But it's about this guy who lives in Alaska or Antarctica, and he has like a mushing dogs, and I guess he sets them loose, and he lives in the wild by himself. And it's very, I guess it's going to be a slow kind of character piece, the way it seems. And I mean, Harrison Ford, I'm going to see it.
I will not.
I'm going to see
I
it.
like Harrison Ford, but I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not that deep right now. I can't get into those shows. I fall asleep.
Oh, yeah. So it'll be, So there's a lot of movies coming out. And, some
The
of these I'm
Charlie's
excited.
Angel one is a little dicey.
Yeah,
I'm not
too fond about that. But some of these I'm excited for. I mean, I'm not going to see most of these in theaters.
No.
Let's be honest. But, I'm excited for all the Disney adaptations.
Yeah.
Even though...
The Aladdin one looks good.
Even though people... Oh, my God. With the Aladdin one, people are obsessed in a negative way with...
Will Smith.
Will Smith, thank you. Will Smith as the Blue Genie. And it's so annoying because when we first got glimpses of him with just on the magazine, Entertainment Weekly magazine, and it was just his hair and the costume, and he was, no paint. He was himself. People were upset because, they're not going to make him blue. That's kind of a bummer or whatever. And then we see a trailer of him as blue kind of computer animated character.
Yep.
And people are upset that he's blue. Nobody can be happy.
No.
It's so goddamn annoying.
I don't know why people... Okay, I don't have a whole lot of hope for the Charlie's Angels movie, and probably not going to go see it at the theater.
Yeah.
But I'm also not going to poo-poo it until it comes out and people actually see it.
Yeah. Because it might actually be like...
Yeah,
it might surprise
I
you.
didn't see the other Charlie's Angels at the movie either. I waited till it came out on video.
Yeah, I did the same.
I sound so old. Came out on video, right?
I made sure I got it in Betamax, and I put it in my,
Beta
player.
was better than VHS, Tim, and it lasted longer.
Whatever.
That's why they went to VHS, because they were cheaper.
Well, yeah.
And then they break down and you can buy more. That's so nefarious. Nefarious. I can't get on the... I tried whispering and it's just like not happening. Anyways.
That's because it's my word. It's nefarious.
The mic's like, nope.
Literally, the podcast would not allow Heidi to say nefarious.
Yeah, it would literally not allow me to say it.
Oh, man.
But, I mean, the whole idea of these people saying it's ruining their childhood.
So many.
Come on.
I said... The funniest one I saw that line being said to was Child's Play.
What the hell? That's
Now-
like the craziest one to make that comment to.
Right, because literally the original Child's Play ruined my childhood because I had nightmares about this movie. And I remember I love this story. I remember when I was a kid, me and my mother went to a friend's house, and she was talking to the mother. And I'm not going to mention names, although you know who you are. If you're listening to this, you know who you are and you know what you did to me. My mother is telling his mother, Tim's not sleeping. He's having nightmares because of this stupid doll movie, that scary doll that comes to life and kills people. Oh, it's so stupid. And he's having nightmares. And I was a kid. I was very small, and I should not have seen this movie. I think I saw a glimpse of it. I walked in while people were watching it, and the kid says to me, "Oh, Tim, come upstairs. I want to show you something." And he runs up the stairs ahead of me. And now I'm small, so I'm climbing the stairs as children climb them. And I finally get to the top of the stairs, and I look down the hallway, and he has his My Buddy doll propped up against the wall at the end of the hall.
Oh my God.
Standing there. And I fucking had a panic attack. I could not move. I started crying and screaming. My mother ran upstairs to grab me. What's wrong? What's wrong? She looks down the hallway. She sees the doll, and she's like, God damn it, Chris.
You just mentioned a name.
Not his last name.
Oh, okay.
You know who you are.
That is horrible.
And yeah, it was, God, what a nass. But that movie, the original movie, ruined my childhood.
Yeah.
So it's so weird, like when someone said that, like, oh, this is gonna be nothing like the original one, and it's just gonna ruin that one for everybody. It's like, what are you talking about?
Why would it ruin it?
I don't understand the mindset of this new thing is going to ruin this old thing. Because it's not a Pride of Lions. The new movie doesn't come in, kill the old movie, and then take reign of the new Pride of movies. Like, that's not how that works.
Right.
The old movie stays on your shelf forever until it disintegrates over time, and it's there available for you to watch it whenever the hell you goddamn well please.
Okay, but devil's advocate.
Oh, don't do this.
Don't do this.
Don't do this.
Okay, I won't.
No, go ahead.
So you and I have talked about this before. They're the Last Airbender.
Oh, gotta hate you. All right. Go ahead. No, go ahead. This is the last podcast for Geek-lish. We will be... I can't work with her anymore, guys.
But seriously, it's the same thing. To me, when I look at it, I'm like, okay, you had the anime, right? Or the series.
Yeah.
That was one thing. And the movie, that was a different thing. Or an adaptation or somebody's vision or whatever it was. And you violently hate the movie.
I hate that movie, yeah. But I don't claim
isn't it
that
the
it
same
ruins...
thing, though?
No, but I don't claim that it ruins the original show. I'm not like, oh, this movie ruins all of my memories of the original cartoon. Because it doesn't.
Okay.
I just hate this new thing. You can hate every single remake that has ever been made. That is completely fine, but it's just the excuse of this is ruining the memory that I had of the original movie. That's where I get annoyed by it.
That does annoy me, but it also annoys me when people can't look at things as separate things.
Yeah, I'll admit I have my issues with that, with adaptations of stuff because of how characters are portrayed. And I remember how characters are portrayed in certain things, so that when they're portrayed differently or I feel the wrong way, that's what annoys me about the movie. But it doesn't...
And I didn't bring up Iron Man 3, so...
You did now! Fucking Mandarin!
But the point is, people have these visions of what these...
So bitter. So bitter.
I started something I can't put back in the bag.
Nope.
But yeah, I guess ruining your childhood, that's such a leap.
That's an extreme that is
That's
just...
such a leap. I mean,
Yeah.
come on. People have remade Dirty Dancing. People have remade Footloose. People have remade a bunch of 80s movies that were my childhood movies.
Yeah.
That I absolutely love. And they were fucking train wrecks. I'm sorry. I watched them and I was like, this is garbage. I can't get to it.
The new...
But it never ruined the original. If anything, it made the original so much better.
Yeah, I agree. Because, you watch these things like, Dirty Dancing or Footloose, and yeah, those aren't good movies. They're bad movies.
Yeah.
So they make you want to go back and watch the original. Like,
Yeah.
I have to go see Kevin Bacon dance in a warehouse.
Yeah,
I need to see this happen.
Yeah.
And then when you watch it, you go, God, this is just amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. And it kind of gives you a new love for
Yeah.
those movies. So if anything, these remakes, you should be thanking these remakes /
Yeah, because
adaptations.
if they're horrible, they make your childhood memories of the original so much better.
Yeah, so much better.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I also don't understand the hatred for them, because what annoys me is because the other big excuse is Hollywood doesn't have any more fresh ideas, which is horseshit. Because Hollywood has plenty of fresh ideas. The problem is nobody goes to see those movies.
Yeah.
Because they're fresh ideas. They're new worlds. They're new environments. They're new characters that we have to fall in love with. And I don't want to be bothered with falling in love with this new character. Oh, they're remaking, this other franchise. I know those characters. I know that universe. I know that world. I want to fall back in love with those characters. Oh, I don't like what they're doing with these characters in these trailers. This is ruining my fucking childhood. Bullshit. I hate this fucking shit.
Yeah.
Go watch the new stuff. Fall in love with the new world. Don't poo-poo it.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, Hollywood doesn't have any fresh ideas. Because Hollywood is afraid to have fresh ideas. Because fresh ideas don't make money. Remakes, adaptations, the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe is an adaptation from comic books.
Yeah.
Those aren't fresh ideas, and we all love them. I don't hear a single person clamoring, oh, another Marvel movie, Hollywood has no fresh ideas.
Or, sorry, that movie ruined my childhood memory of these comic books.
Yeah, well, Iron Man 3 did, but... You started, Heidi.
Sorry. I knew when I
You did this to me.
I knew when I opened that door, I would be able to shut it. But people just, I don't necessarily think that Hollywood is fresh out of ideas. I think they feed the beast.
Right. Yeah.
And whatever people are clamoring to see or want to see, they're going to make those movies.
Yeah.
I think that you have to give new movies a chance.
Yeah.
And you have to give these remakes a chance, but it does nothing, has never done anything to me on remaking movies. There have been horrible remakes of movies that I love, the originals.
Yeah.
And I just went, oh, wow, they didn't do that one right.
They butchered
like
that one.
One movie I'm dreading them remaking is Clue.
Are they remaking Clue?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But I'm dreading it.
The original was great. The
Yes.
cast was great. Everything was just...
There's certain formulas I'm not sure you can recreate.
Right.
Certain magic.
Yeah.
But if they did, because I absolutely love that movie, if they did, I would still watch it.
Yeah.
And if it was horrible, then to clean my palate, I would just go watch the original.
Right. Yeah, I feel like for me, like these... Whenever a remake comes out, that even if the trailer is like, that doesn't look great, I still want to see it, mostly because of my morbid curiosity of what's it going to be like. Because sometimes
They surprise
They
you.
surprise you, and they go, wow, this is a really good adaptation. This is a really good remake. Like, yeah, it's not better than the original, but this remake is really good. I enjoy it. I love this remake. But
It's also people who play in the movies. Like, I keep going back to, that's why I was like, well, I don't know about Kristen Stewart as a Charlie's Angel, but,
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe. I mean, Drew Barrymore's character was a little rough around the edges, and she was a little bit, like, punky and stuff like that, and I think that Kristen Stewart can pull that off, but I don't know that she could pull that, like, lighthearted goofiness that was in those. That's why I'm not sure
Right.
that this Charlie's Angels is going to be the same. I kind of feel like they're going to go... Sabrina the Teen Witch, the movie.
Oh, like
which
dark
is
and
way
gritty.
darker and more serious. I kind of feel like that's going to be where they're going to go, which I don't know if people are going to really enjoy, because Charlie's Angels, even in the 70s, was kind of flippy.
in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of flippy and a little bit,
Yeah, it wasn't very serious.
So, I mean, I don't think they were tackling like big serious topics in that show.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot of boob jumping around, moving, running with guns and stuff like that. I think it was really an eye candy show. But anyways,
Wasn't Farrah Fawcett on that?
she was, yeah.
How many people had her poster on their walls during that time?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So, I don't know how that's going to work out, but I always think back to the Interview with the Vampire. Everybody were so up in arms about Tom Cruise playing Lestat. They were like, he's not going to do it right. I mean, he's a Top Gun guy. He's I don't know if Days of Thunder was before that movie came out, but he was like, the risky business guy. He's not like Lestat is a specific type of character. And that went out of the park. He was amazing. Nobody saw that coming. And I think even Anne Rice might have had an original issue with him playing it. I don't know that she originally... Either she really didn't like it, the idea he was playing it, or she told people they should give him a chance. It was one of those. She did come out about it. I just can't remember because I have lots of medication in me right now.
Yeah.
But... you kind of have to give people a chance to spread their wings, especially as actors, I don't want to pigeonhole an actor to a certain type of acting.
Yeah. Well, because like you, I kind of go back to Batman, the Dark Knight with Heath Ledger.
Yeah.
When I first heard Heath Ledger was going to play the Joker, I wasn't, I was kind of disappointed, and I was like, oh no, like he's a good actor, but the Joker, I don't know how that's going to work.
Right.
And then, I saw it and it blew me away.
He was the best Joker ever.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite Jokers. It's one of my favorite Batman movies. It's one of my favorite superhero movies. It's just phenomenal. And he does such a great job in it. And I mean, unfortunately, we lost him, due to that role, really, because he just got lost into it. But that was an actor I didn't have any faith in playing that character, and then hit it right out of the park, blew me away. So yeah, I mean, who's to say Kristen Stewart's not going to do great? But it's also the type of movie that I'm expecting it to be, and
I don't know what direction they're going.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to be anything big, to be honest.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't see the other Charlie's Angels in the movie theater, so like I reserve going to movie theater for specific things. You know, like I'll go for pretty much any Marvel movie.
Yeah. They're
Tolkien
practically an
movie,
event.
Tolkien movie, I'm going to the movie theater. I'm gonna be in that place watching it.
Tolkien. Was great.
Anything from any genre that I love, I'll go see it at the movie. Anything else, you know, I'll possibly wait, or maybe I'll go to the movie. But I mean, I don't know. I think that just because it's a remake, who cares?
Yeah, I think people need to kind of loosen up about that kind of shit because you know, nobody's asked for this. Nobody's asking for this. Nobody's asking for anything.
Yeah, nobody's asking you to go see it either.
Yeah, they're movies. They're a form of entertainment. Nobody's really asking for this.
Well.
So maybe, you know, shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, these people need to get over themselves, like, seriously.
Yeah.
It's obnoxious the way people come up with these stupid comments. Like that woman that made those comments about Resident Evil movie. You're an idiot.
The game?
Yeah, like she's an idiot.
Yeah, those were...
I'm sorry, but it's not that kind of game. Go play that kind of game if you want to play that game. I'm not going to go play Assassin's Creed if I want to build houses. I'm going to go play Sims if I want to build houses.
Yeah.
Like, play the game that fits what you want to do. But don't poo-poo a game that doesn't allow you to do what you want to do, because it's not that kind of game.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's just a lot of
People missing the point.
Missing the point and not getting it. Just not getting
Yeah,
it.
they really aren't. There's a lot of people just not getting it. And even with that CEO that took all that money and all those people got laid off, do you not know how this is going to look?
Yeah.
Obviously don't care, but...
Yeah, clearly. But, I mean, or unless they do because they just lost a shitload of money.
Yeah.
Their
Jeez.
stocks dropped. But, yeah.
So that's it for us.
That is all for the for the day.
All right, everybody. So to find out more information about the Geek-lish podcast, you can listen to our episodes and find out more information about our episodes at www.geek-lish.com. We're on Facebook at geek-lish and at Twitter at geek_lish. And you can find our episodes on Spotify, Stitcher, and iTunes. And don't forget to check out our website. We have a new page, and we will have new information on there pretty soon about our new swag coming out. Yay!
Exciting news.
Exciting.
I said exciting. Jeez. Who's gonna one up me?
I know. I'm medicated. I'm dragging here. I'm like,
Yeah. So if Heidi doesn't die, we'll end it now.
Yeah. Hopefully I'll feel better in the next episode.
Yeah. All right.
All right, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Stay geeky.
Bye.
Bye.